Hello, everybody. Got a new lamp. Oh, goodness, trying to reflecting on my glasses. So let me see if I can turn this down a little bit. Wait for everyone to come in. Well, that's a little better. Let's see. I don't know how y'all do it with your ring lights because this is just, there we go. Try to keep it like this and we should be good. So it is Tuesday. I hope everyone is having a great start to your day. It's 11 here in the PNW. And and I see other people are going on live now as well. So I don't know if I'm going to have anybody. Hey, hi, Shelby. I didn't realize Gerald and Linda were going on at this time. So hopefully I'll get a few people coming in. But thank you for being here. I have been getting some new decks. I have a couple more coming tomorrow, and then a few in December. And I'm really excited because I try to find ones that are unique to me and kind of set me apart as in just different images and different ways of connecting with the imagery and the messages and how well the imagery can stimulate the intuition. Imagery and intuition, imagination. I have work at 3:30. Slept in. Right now, I'm just chilling. Well, thanks for being here. It's good to sleep in, especially when we're getting into the winter months now, and it's nice and cozy, and we don't want to get out from under our blankets, huh? So I'll wait to see if I have a few other people. I didn't realize. Um, I thought I was on top of everybody's shows, but apparently Heather wasn't. So, and I just got a notification that one of my favorite crochet channels, Hooked by Robin, just dropped a new video with a new stitch. So I will have to check that out. And this is the week of, Thanksgiving and or Turkey Day. Some people like to call it, or Tofuki Day. And so I hope everyone is, taking their time, not rushing with the traffic into the stores, because we want to keep everybody safe and sound and there and home in time for their holiday celebrations. So, girl, it just may be you and me. But Shelby, how have you been? I know usually when you pop on, you have to pop in and pop out because you're between class and work and stuff. So, um, how's school treating you, girl? How are the classes and the grades going? You're tired. Yeah, I get that. I used to have to when I worked at the Albright, which was right across the street from Buff State. Sometimes, they would have parties and we wouldn't get out, especially because me being a security guard, we wouldn't get out on some days, depending on 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, sometimes 1, in the morning. And then I had to be up first thing for classes. So, yeah, I get it. So let's see. School's all right. Work stinks. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying school because school is amazing. Grades are great. Girl, I'm proud of you. Love your psychology class. This weekend I went to. Ooh, girl. While we're waiting for people to show up, do tell. Do tell. What was what's your initial um, experience? What's the word? What's your reaction? What's your takeaway from being there? Because when I went, it wasn't quite as saturated with marketing and stuff because we quite weren't, in with Facebook and my page and all this stuff. And so even back then, it was a little, um, commercial, but not too bad. But I hear it's kind of changed over the years. And we have Antoinette. No, Antoinette, is it okay if I call you Tony? I don't want to be rude. Sometimes I automatically go to Tony because growing up, I had a cousin Tony. And so she would always tell me to call her that. So I hope I'm not being disrespectful. So let me know what you prefer. And I will do my best not to slip up. Um, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Yep, you know that. Oh my God. Happy days. Happy days are here again. And also reminds me of Sha Na Na. Remember Bowser? Bo, 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 bo. Yeah. So it didn't go. Wait a minute. It didn't went great for me. It was cloudy this time. I said the streets were gross. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I used to when I first went there. I took the T train and dropped off there, and then after I got driving again, I lived with my friend Erica for a bit, former friend Erica, a little bit, before moving to Arizona. I would just drive down on the weekends or on certain days when I had off. And I loved the cobblestones. It was wonderful. But pretty much everybody had the same thing in their stores. But I did have an interesting experience at the memorial for those that were hung during the Salem witch trials, which was very very moving, because it's right there located by the cemetery. Um, so yeah, that was pretty powerful when you walk around and you see the names of the innocent men, women, and even some children. I went with my friends. It was our yearly trip. Okay. But I'm glad everybody still had a good time. And boom, Ajax. I didn't realize, girlfriend, that there was another two channels going on at the same time, because we got to go shopping today for stuff that we didn't get yesterday in Medford. And so we got to go to Albertsons and do some more grocery shopping. Have to go to Buy Martin, see if we can find a few things. And so I thought, well, instead of setting a time in the afternoon and then rushing to get it done and come home, I figured I'd just do it first thing, the show, and then we can go out and not have to worry about rushing. So already I got three peeps here, and I know, Antoinette, it is late. Well, getting late near your time. It's about 8 o'clock. Mm. Shannon made me some tea, and oh, it's so nice going down, nice and warm. It's warm on the hands. Alrighty, so the deck that I got. Let's see. Oh, we went to a wand shop. They have a wand shop now. They did when I was there. That we always walk past. We went in, and the lady there was amazing. Oh, girl, that is amazing. Your cousin has a tasteful name. Yeah, well, her name, was Antoinette, but we all he told us, God, call me cousin Tony. So that's why it's not disrespectful. Okay, I in general I keep to Antoinette to avoid confusion, so I will do my best. And it was really funny too, is that I wanted to start writing, try working on a novel. I start them, I get bored with them, I don't like how they turn out, and I walk away. And before we even got like reconnected, the name Antoinette was popping in my head for one of the main characters. And then we got back in touch, and I was like, well, that's interesting. But yeah, I messaged her about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I never heard back from her. Ooh, Toine is a spelling. I might have to use that maybe instead of my story. But she didn't want to. She hasn't reached out. So, but it's understanding. My it's just a family matters. Kind of left a bad taste in some of my fellow cousins and family members. I was over the years with my folks, well, my mother in particular. So it's okay. I have some that talk to me and others that don't. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, that's for sure. Let's see, beautiful carved. I've been thinking about getting a wand for a while. They were so lovely. One of them I wanded was twisted like a unicorn horn. Oh my goodness, it's twisted. It's mangled, just like our mangled unicorn here. Wow, that's cool. Besides that, it was fine. Christmas shopping. Oh, when I was living there, I got to meet. I wasn't really allowed to talk to her because she was in the store, and people were just like, let her shop. Don't bother her. But I was able to say hello. To her. But when I was working at TJ Maxx, Lori Cabot came in and was doing some shopping in TJ Maxx. Boy, was she a sight for eyes. That was the first time I'd ever, seen her or even her in person. I will be in and out as I have to deal with Miss Marjorie. Is that your kitty cat? I don't know who Marjorie is. That's interesting because it's my cousin. Well, I have a cousin named Margie, and I think that might have been her birth name. This is so weird. Tony, are we not, maybe, connected or, related in some way? So for what people came here for, I'm getting a couple more decks tomorrow. One which is, oh my god, I love them both, but one is just costing me a little extra, nickel or quarter or dime, whatever you want to call it. But they should be here tomorrow, and I'm also going to be doing a show with Brenda Tarot at 3 p.m. my time, PT. It'll be 6 p.m. y'all's time because Brenda used to be my neighbor right across the pond in Canada, I believe in the St. Catharines area. And so her and I haven't read together since my last channel, and it's been quite a while. So she's going to be joining me tomorrow. Do you have a Maximus Prime? Maximus Prime. Do you mean an Amazon Prime? Heather, as you can see, Heather's going, huh? Like when dogs or cats, you talk to them and they go, huh? Huh? Let's see. Oh, it's a doggy. Okay. But yes, I do. If that's what you're referring to, I do. So tomorrow I am going to be. I got to make sure I check the wish list and make sure I took off the decks that because I was going to get 3, but then I held myself down to 2 because Folia is coming out next month, which is an absolutely beautiful deck. I've got to get. If you want to see the Folia, Selena Essence of the Moon did a flip through of it. The company sent it to her before it was released. So I have so far a total of 2 coming tomorrow, 1 coming hopefully on the 1st, which is just going to be mind blowing. It's going to take me a while to learn it because it's tarot based, but instead of cups, it's chalices, and they switch things around. I mean, this deck was jaw dropping. Even when Shan saw it, he's like, I really wouldn't care how much it was. She goes, you should get that. That's beautiful. So, and then I have a really cool Lenormand coming in. I was hoping it would be by, the first week or 2 of December, but it's not going to be till the 20th, but that's okay. And hello, Carmela. Hello, my dear. Oh, he was our bull mastiff, just checking on other names we have in common. Oh, how sweet. Oh. Let's see. Miss Marjorie is a doggy. That is so cute. Alrighty, and the good news is, all the mass markets will be around for a long while. I am in no rush. I just can't get over how ridiculous Etsy shops sell their decks for. Grant, I know some of it costs money to print and ink and stuff, but really, do we need to charge $65 to $100 for certain decks? Well, Heather kind of did for this one because it was above and beyond. But every time I see a deck on there, I'm like, how much? What? 45 or regularly 65? I mean, it's mind blowing. And I try not to do too many mass markets just because a lot of that's just not my taste. I have very, different tastes. And there's a few, like my Mind's Eye Tarot by Olivia Rose. I just got that. And then I have this one. So let's get started. We have a new, well, at least it's on Amazon, it's new, a company called Crafterian. And they created where's my cover? The Lost Souls Tarot. Comes in a nice sturdy box. And it's basically, so if you don't like pip decks, you're not going to like this deck. We'll be honest, I was disappointed in the way the pentacles were represented. The wands, the cups, the swords is pretty cool, because it's just, the swords, cups, and, wands on their own, as well as the pentacles. But I think they could have done, a bit better, more elaborate on the pentacles than they did for the other ones. So if you don't like pip decks, this is not going to be your jam. But the major arcana is pretty cool, and then the court cards are also figures. So it's it's really kind of a cool deck, and it's called Lost Souls. And this is going to be a really cool deck for like shadow work, for shadow readings, new moon. I'm thinking about maybe getting back into some of the true crime, maybe some older ones. I know Hershey and I are going to be talking about maybe revisiting a case that we did a few years back. Um, I have to check with her and see what she wants to do with that. Um, and doing more like paranormal readings with locations and things. So and there's Jackie. Hello, my dear. And Jackie and I are planning to get together. And Jackie, I will get back to you, my dear. I was just so tired last night, but I will respond, my dear. So let's get this party started. The book isn't too bad, but you can tell, and that's not a bad thing at all. That Canva is really providing people a means for creating art decks and um, oracle decks and all sorts of things, especially with the books, because I have Canva, full on Canva, and these are all images that you can find in there. And there's not a picture, but it is, the book is nice. You know, I like how they use the triple moon, the goddess. You get your little basic, upright and reversed, especially if you do that. So for each one, I'm just like, oh, I wish I could have done that for the cards for the suits, but no, the book is well made. It's readable so far. I really haven't seen any misprints. There's a few little areas where you can see maybe a little smudge of an ink, but not enough to like make it impossible to read. They give little notes in the back if you want to leave notes for your readings or on ideas for the cards. So yeah, nice little book, especially if you're like a beginner. And so Canva is good, free digital design website. Canva is good. The free version though, I couldn't do anything I really enjoyed. It's when it's like 100 something, but it's for the whole year and you get full on access. So I love making my thumbnails. I've been playing around a little bit with maybe figuring out how to make my own cards and kind of maybe print them through Canva or elsewhere. Um, and we have, wow, Magus, how many channels do you have, my friend? So this is Magus. This is, oh, this manga. So we got the manga Magus here with us at the moment. So hello, Magus. And an update. Nancy's resting. I asked her how she was feeling just before the rest of it was coming in. She sent me a message saying, she was resting. So thank you again. She says she can feel all the prayers and the love being sent her way. So, alrighty. We are in this live now for how long? 18 minutes. So I think we need to start looking at some cards. So we will start off here, of course, with the Fool. And so some people are going to be like, well, that's like the black tarot that's on Etsy. It's similar, but it's far from the same deck. The one on Etsy has like all the bells and whistles with, the matte and the gloss and the embossing and everything. And it was similar enough for me because the black and the white are like $100. So that's a little out of, Heather's reach for now for a deck of that kind. So when I saw this, I wanted to make sure it wasn't a knockoff, and it wasn't. This is Crafterian, so there is a ISBN number, on the back of the boxes, not any QR codes. So we start off, and it is a AI generated deck. So if you don't like AI, this is going to be maybe another reason why you might not like that deck. I like that we have a balance for both. There was always going to be artists like Olivia Rose who we will buy their decks, and there will be ones that people create with AI. They're absolutely stunning that have a place as well, in our collection. So we start off with the Fool. We have the Magician. The High Priestess. This is always a make or break for me, so I like her. Very nice. I like the limited palette too, because you know me, I'm an artist. I have lots and lots of color, but I like myself a good limited palette too, as long as it's done right. And I absolutely love the High Priestess, and the Empress is also very lovely. So there she is. I know, isn't she cool, Shelby? We got the Emperor. The Hierophant. The Lovers. The Chariot. Strength. I love the Strength card. And there's Max, not Max, Jax, going and doing all the links. Thank you, my dear. There's the Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. I love this Wheel of Fortune because it doesn't have animals or snakes or it's just, it's the wheel. I absolutely love that. It gives the feel like almost, you know, zodiacal, and they attempted to, but it's really cool. I like that. You like that Hermit? I'll show that again for Meg, isn't it? There we go. There's this Hermit. Magus, you get your beard that long and shape that long. That would be our Magus. There we have that. Let me put this back here. The Justice card. The Hanged Man. Death. Death comes for all. He's pretty cool. I don't know. He seems to be smiling. Seems to be happy. So the Temperance is lovely. Hey, Kristen Louise. Just celebrated a birthday last week. Happy birthday. Belated birthday again, my dear. Well, it's not belated because I remember to wish you a happy birthday on that day. But there's the Temperance. The Devil. Ooh, check out this tower. I like that. Very, very cool. Whoops. Trying to keep this here. Not that I'm trying to cover up my Mama Mary, but just trying to make sure that I keep everything in line here. So there's the Star. She's pretty too. The Moon. The Sun. You know, there are some cards like this that are on Etsy that are really pretty. It's AI, but you know what? I ain't paying. This deck was under 20 bucks. I ain't paying $65, $75, $80. I mean, there must really be something to that deck. Barely got any cake, but at least got a few decks. There you go. And the decks will be around forever. The cake, it'll be gone unless you consider, you know, the calories hanging around forever. But I'm glad I can't wait to see what decks you got. So there's Judgment. I really like that one. Okay, bye, Shelby. Thanks for heading out, my dear. Try to have a good day at work. You could probably use clear nail polish to spot gloss this yourself. Spot gloss. I don't know if I need to gloss anything. Now the world is interesting. But I like interesting and different. So now we're going to move on to, so the aces will have a hand, you know, the traditional hand holding the suit. So we have the Ace of Wands, and then from here on, they're all going to be just pips. So that would be the 2, the 3, the 4. I have to say, I do like the leaves. It's pretty how they left the leaves on. And how the wands seem like they're dancing with each other. They're like a chorus line. Life is like a cabaret, yo chum. 6 of Wands. 7. So as a beginner deck, I would say no, because I think people need to learn, or starting tarot need to see the traditional artwork that Pixie did, to get an idea, so that when they pull, if they do go get a pip deck, they'll know image wise what that represents, and not just looking at just the pips themselves, the suits themselves. One singular sensation. My favorite still is Chicago. The Cell Block Tango. That was my favorite number, I think, out of the whole show. And all that jazz. So yeah, that one too. We got the 10 of Wands. And now when we get to the court cards, we do get the figures back, and I think they're lovely. The Page of Wands, and she's like holding like a sheaf of wheat in her hands. So very harvest young maiden, kind of maybe like a Persephone. We have the Knight of Wands. Queen. Oh, very interesting. Tony. Very interesting. Antoinette. I can get up behind that too, because if you understand the numerology, then you know what the meaning is, and then the imagery would be for interpretation. I get that too. See, this is how we're all different and how we learn and read. I've never been a Marseille girl. I've never liked the Marseille artwork, but I can appreciate the pips, because I have a pip deck that is very colorful, and the way they placed the suits, with each other within the image, gave me like an extra layer of reading where you can kind of more like understand the energy. You know what? I'm going to share this here too, so that people who watch can see that. Pips and numerology would be my recommendation to prevent getting stuck on artwork. There you go. We have the Ace of Cups, so there's the hand. But like I said, the only suit I was disappointed with is the Pentacles, and y'all see. The Three of Cups. It's kind of hard to see on my camera, but there is some detail. There is some ornamentation, gilding on. Now this one here, to me now, this is kind of like a waste of paper. The Two of Cups. It was like, really? I don't know. But yeah. Four of Cups. Here we go. Marseille intimidates you, but you'd like to learn it. My memory is bad too, girl. I mean, I got the basics down. I wish I could memorize every book of the different decks that I have, because people are like, oh, you shouldn't be reading from a book. Well, I like the book. You get a different perspective from the author, but then when people see you reading from the book, they assume that you don't know the cards, and how good of a reading can you give them if you're reading from a book? But I like to share the writers, because not only am I an artist, I'm a writer as well. And when you read those books, you get more insight. That's how we learn. We read from others. We learn, we read, we compare notes. There's the Seven of Cups. I mean, the deck will take some getting used to. 8. I would have maybe tried playing around, making some of these a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, so they could play around image-wise, design-wise. But they are what they are. And they will get the job done. So that's the 10. Here's the page. So what kind of readings would y'all do with a deck like this? I'm curious, my fellow readers. For me, it would be kind of like paranormal. It would be maybe like shadow work or new moon energy. And I'm thinking about getting maybe into the old crime readings again. There's the Queen. She's lovely. The king. Now we started with the ace. So there's the hand holding the sword. Two of swords. Well, here, if I can get this, you can see some of the gilding on the swords, the detail, even on the sword blades themselves. Personal empowerment readings. Okay. Three of swords. Four. Five. I'm trying to go slower because in the past I've been like, Heather, you're going too fast. 6. 7. 8. That one's cool. I like that one. Wish they could have gotten that creative with a couple of the cups and the pentacles. I really like the swords, the design of the swords. 10 of swords. Yeah, they designed it a lot better. We've got page. We've got knight. Interesting that he's got, well, they show the metal on the helmet, but the rest is clothing. Well, he's probably wearing metal underneath, but I think that's an interesting blend. Now this is the queen, and she looks a lot different than the other queens, but she is the one that's, to me, the harshest. She's the one that's kind of the blunt, tough love kind of, my words will hurt, but I don't know. This is the queen, but these queens know how to get things done. They're good. They can be very good teachers and mentors. Get the king of swords. And now the pentacles. I'll take a quick sip. Alrighty, so there's the hand for the ace. And here we go. 3. As you can see, the pentacles aren't quite as detailed or, gilded as the other. So it's the 3. Anyway, how did the 3 get out? Oh, they got out of order. So there's the 2. There's the 3. And this is how it's going to be for the rest of the way. The 4. So I kind of wish they could have done more. The 5. Yeah, I accidentally went backwards, Kristen. Hold on a second. My cards were out of order. This is the 2. Yeah. And of course, then there was the 3. And we have the catching up. We have the 4, the 5, the 6. See, they wish they could have done something a little bit more with these. The 7. The 8's not bad. The 9. These pips are kind of boring, but I guess there isn't much you can do with a bunch of circles. Yeah. I don't know. I would have maybe, like with the Wheel of Fortune, how they had the little bits around the corners, the little etchings. They could have done that maybe around some of these to give them, you know, a little bit more pop. We got the 10. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. It's interesting that they kept a lot of their face in shadow on this one. Shay was like, I don't see the face. He's like, oh, there it is. So this one is kind of dark. We have the Knight, which is interesting because no helmet. I call these lazy pips. Now the Queen is cool. I like the Queen of Pentacles. See now what I mean? On the other ones, they could have done this on the outside of the other ones. But she's cool. I like that. The Lost Souls deck could have done a better job on the Pentacle illustrations. Yes. And then we got the King. So there. And that is the Lost Souls. So yeah. The Pentacles are in, typically the Pentacles and the Cups are my favorite. So again, it's a lovely deck. It's just like Kristen said, lazy pips. You know, whereas I have another deck over here, the Crystal Tarot, and it's not actually crystal, but it's like rainbow colors. And this is a pip deck. And, you know, for the pips at least, you know, different ways of playing with, you know, the colors. And so where is a... Okay, now you're not going to give me... So like here, this is a Pentacles. They could have played around a little bit more and did a little bit. So yeah. Oh, these are pretty. I need to bring these back out. I haven't used these guys in a while. Very, very pretty. So, but yeah, that is the Lost Souls Tarot. And tomorrow, hopefully I'll be able to do this tomorrow after my show with Brenda Tarot at 3 p.m. I might even hop on before. I will be, depending on the time they are delivered too, I ordered the Baroque Tarot, which is, yes, is another, I believe, AI deck, but absolutely beautiful. I'll have to read a little bit more up on it. I saw the flip through on Metaphysical, Dustin's channel, Mystique, Metaphysical Mystique, something like that. And I also ordered the Golden Art Nouveau as well. Okay, what did we see? What's going on, bruh? Let's see, what's this? The one thing I took my car in to fix, got new rotator, brake pads, oil change, front. Oh my God. He said he ordered the sensors and they're expensive. I'm already blowing 2K. What's another? Oh, good Lord. Breathe. Yes, safety stuff is done. At least you won't have to worry about that, girl. And if you ever go to resell the car to upgrade or whatever, that will look good because you've already had all that professional work done on it. And it would also, you know, improve the selling price back to a dealer. But I get it. You should see the inside of my passenger door. The rust is ridiculous. The leak somewhere in that door, and it is rusting really bad. I was hoping that we could keep this car for at least another year or two, but with that rust, and I'm not going to own her until the 1st of December. So I've had that car since 2017, and she's at 2015. So it's like the minute I pay her off, then it's time to have to start all over again. But yes, you've got everything. See, Jax, you're building up like with the readings, baby steps. You're doing everything that you need to get everything in place so that you can, you know, be able to provide not just for yourself but for others as well. You're creating that. You're manifesting, girl. You're manifesting the safe home, safe car. You're getting all your ducks in a row. So she's a beauty for her age, 2013. My stepdad's Dementia, yeah. Wow. Thank you, John. See, things to be, universe puts the right people in our paths, huh? So, I'm shuffling. Let me know if anybody would like a card for the day. I usually pull two. So if anybody would like a card for the day, let me know. Or I can just do a general. Oh, and I didn't show the backs. So it's simple, but still nice. You got that nice little rainbow shimmer effect. And it also is on the sides and the tops as well. So it's really not a bad deck. But, you know, just like Kristen said, if only they weren't lazy pips. We need to get Gladys. We need to get Gladys tonight out and have her whip those pips into shape. About to leave for the gym. Okay, so Jackie, let me get because I missed Kristen the last time. All right, well, one flipped out, and I do a top and a bottom. So, all righty. So the underlines. So we're going to do the line energy first here, my dear. You've got the Three of Swords. So there's something about heartache in my whole being is why. Maybe this is about your being whining that you don't want to go to the gym for your message today. So your top card is the High Priestess. You got one of my favorite cards. So the High Priestess, making sure you tap in, keep tapping in that intuition is going to come in handy today. It's going to be necessary for you to be able to trust your intuition, your wisdom, your guidance, and your knowledge, because you also got the Devil card to go with that Three of Swords as well. So use that wisdom, use that intuition, and navigate any situation today that might feel like something's holding you back, something that's bringing you down, something that's been weighing on you, and causing you that heartache, that pain and that distress. You have the wisdom, my dear, and the intuition and the know-how to be able to get yourself through that. You're sovereign. So, wow, Kristen. It's like Heather wants to keep pulling more cards. But that High Priestess flew out, so that was like really nice. Like she's got to hear about this. She needs to hear about this. So trusting into that psychic ability that you have. All right, it'll help you navigate through whatever this is. All right, you're welcome, my dear. Try to enjoy the gym. I don't like gyms anymore either. So, and you're making fajitas tonight. Ooh, sounds yummy. And so, Jackie. Hey, Kristen, if you need any additionals, maybe we can chat later. But I got a feeling because of that High Priestess, you already know what it is, and you don't need me to tell you. Part back that veil, my dear. Sometimes when we do part back those veils, we don't always like what's on the other side. Things that we got to deal with. And there, yes, thank you, Jax. Girl, you rock. A reminder, if you want to purchase Kristen Louisa Star Rune Oracle, that's where you can get it and make playing cards. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty, so we have Jackie. Message for today. And you know what? They shuffle very nicely. They're crisp. They're not super thick. They're bent. Some people might think it's flimsy, but for Heather's hands and fingers, I don't mind. They are a little on the thin side, but it's a lot easier for me to shuffle than others. So Jackie Jan. All righty. So, Jackie, we have the Four of Swords. Dun, 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 dun. I sometimes wish I had that Law and Order. Dun, dun. So Four of Swords, it's that taking that respite, taking the rest, taking a break. This is something that you are feeling you need to do today, because the underlying energy is the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is about um, self defense. Standing up for oneself, um, standing on your own, holding your turf. You get the idea, girl. Those boundaries. So sometimes setting those boundaries today, maybe for today or the next day or so, is going to be like, might be weighing on you a bit. It's going to might take a lot of energy. It's going to take a lot of willpower, and people might put us through the emotional ringer for not succumbing to, but can't you do this, or why can't da da da, and you saying no. This is going because I need my rest. I need to hold back. I need to take care of myself. I need to take care of moi. So today or the next few days, especially with the Thanksgiving holiday coming, standing your ground and not having people expect you to do more than your fair share, and being able sure to make sure that you take time to rest and to recoup. Yes, I haven't rested since last week. Well, girl, the cards are telling you got to take a rest, because you push yourselves too hard. It's not good. So try moderation. Didn't you get the temperance card yesterday or something or other? I think tomorrow I start my rest days. I know that's a card that kept coming up. Temperance. I even pulled that for myself yesterday after our show. So, alrighty, for those that are still in chat or who watch, who would let's do a collective. Unless Jax, you want one, my dear. You know what I would really love to have, Jackie, is the opening, from the X Files. That would be great. I get in a lot of trouble for that. Yeah, baby, I'm down for whatever. Okay, well, the cards must have known that because I just done shuffling. Woo, girl. Let's pull another one. Why not? Oh, now this is interesting. You got both the Empress and the Emperor. And so this is you taking on both those roles, being the nurturing mother, finding creative ways and solutions to get you through the day and through life's many tasks with work, career, home, money, finances, the whole nine yards. So the Empress is that nurturing, creative, very mother grounding energy. And you embrace her while you're also embracing the Emperor, having to, rule the roost, so to speak. You have to have strong leadership skills. You are very resilient. People look up to you. You are basically doing, like, to me, this would be like the job of mom and dad, being both, you know, um, the provider and the nurturer, at the same time. So, two very strong cards, my dear. And the bottom of the deck, your bottom card, though, is there is still some Nine of Swords going on. There's still some anxiety. There's still some worry about what's going on in life, and but just know, with that worry, that despair, you've got all of this. You know that you are going to overcome that, because you are the Emperor and you are the Empress. You are, to me, this is like the Chariot too. You're taking the reins of both of those sphinxes, horses, whatever it may be, and you're in control. You know how to balance and juggle both aspects within yourself. The loving mother, but also having to be the responsible, stern, and fair emperor as well, and not letting people take advantage of this warm, soft, gooey side inside of you, of the feminine within you, while maintaining that nope, boundaries. This is how it has to be. You know, this what needs to be get this needs what's, oh my god, I can't talk. this is what needs to get done, or this what needs to be done. So, oh my God, words. What are words? Woof. In-laws anxiety, big time. Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Well, this week is going to be a lot for all of us. Oh, am I balanced? Well, it's telling you, acknowledging, balancing both aspects, my dear. Just don't let people take advantage of that warm, gooey center. That the emperor will be like, nope, you have to do that. I've got this I got to do. I need to follow through with this. You need to follow through with this. And then, it's that balance. These are cool cards that come out both together, the emperor and the empress. So embracing that. And I hate saying the masculine and feminine role models because both masculine and feminine contain both. We're the yin and the yang. So it's tapping into both the energies that are associated with each of those that are all within us. So, all righty. Well, I don't know if Antoinette is still here. I gotta be both. I married a man with the mentality of a teenage boy. I make the path, but I got health insurance. But seriously, don't marry. Lesson learned. Well, you never know. Someone may come into your life, and yet this may be your life path, So let's do a general. Let's get a message for ourselves today as a whole. I like this. This is a great, here, let me find what would be in the next card. Oh, yes. Okay. So for the collective today, for all of us, we are the Queen of Wands. We are charismatic. We are creative. We inspire others. We inspire ourselves. We are motivated. So this is getting out there, inspiring others, but again, also inspiring ourselves as well. Um, Getting motivated. She's didn't have a little kitty at her feet. Next card is the King of Cups. And while we are being fiery and passionate and creative about what we are doing, we're also the King of Cups, where we are grounded in our emotions. We can guide and rule. I hate using the word rule, but we can live by, you know, being compassionate, ruling from a place of authenticity and empathy, and being in touch with those creative juices as well, because cups are also about intuition, creativity. So a beautiful balance of being grounded, air. I know that, well, actually, the kings are supposed to be, at least with themselves, they're like the air element. So being able to express our emotions, properly through communication, thoughts to ourselves as well. And the last one, Three of Wands, the world is our oyster, or is the oyster our world? Well, anyway, the Three of Wands is about starting to expand. We're expanding. We're everything that we've been putting together using our Queen of Wands energy has been put into motion, and we're looking out over our lives and knowing that whatever we want to accomplish, we can manifest. It's on its way. We've put that energy, we put that time into it, and it's coming. So I like those cards for today. All righty. Thank you, everybody. It's going on perfect timing. So thank you for joining me today. I know, like I said, there's a couple of other shows going on. So I appreciate all you peeps hanging out with me to enjoy my new deck. And again, tomorrow I will be live with Brenda Tarot at 3 o'clock our time, 6 p.m. Well, 3 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. y'all time in the East, on the East Coast. And I haven't read with her in a while, so we'll be doing ancestral and spiritual messages. And I just might be bringing this deck along. So, yeah, hopefully I will see everybody there. I didn't realize it, but Brenda is up to like 40 some thousand subscribers. So I'm just like, wow. So very happy for Brenda. She does great readings for, I haven't been to her channel in a while, but she was doing like weekly forecasts for certain signs or monthly forecasts. So definitely check um, her channel out and look for those readings if she's still doing them. So I will hopefully see y'all tomorrow, and everyone have a good rest of your day. And we'll see you next time. Bye.